Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Links, Canada's new payment system that they've been working on for years, going digital, what they're doing with their payment system. This young lady here did an interview with this person here, Mike Hoganson. He's the director of modernizing payments for Canada, the Links system. And I'm just going to show you some really fun and cool connections with this. Check this out. So it's a 12-minute video, but there's only like a couple clips that you really need to see. I listened to all of it. It was all great. I will link the entire video down below in the description, but let's take a look at these clips and we'll go from there. Okay.
Taking into account then the implementation of ISO 20022, what's next then for Links?
So what we're looking at from this point forward, we've defined a coexistence period, which will take us until November of 2025. So we continue to support the legacy messages that we've introduced as part of release 1 for Links, the Swift MT messages. And with ISO 20022, we're providing flexibility for our financial institutions to migrate over time. We're really pleased that following the implementation of release 2, roughly about 50% of the payments are being settled using ISO 20022 messages.
50% of the payments that they're doing right now is using ISO 2022 messages, probably using instant settlement. That's what he just said.
So we'll continue to support the community and our financial institutions through the coexistence period as they move and migrate more payment traffic, as they look to introduce more capabilities and support for their customers over the coming years.
Okay, so the coexistence periods, guys, if you don't know this, we're moving to this new ISO 20022 messaging system. So the whole world could be on the same messaging system. In different parts of the world, they use different messaging systems. And that's why the correspondent banking system is so broken. When you're trying to send a payment from one side of the world to the other, it might have to go through 3 or 4 correspondent banks to do that. And they all take a piece because they're not all on the same systems. Putting everything on ISO 20022, now you can use some digital assets to not only move that payment message forward, but move the money forward. So the coexistence period, it goes from now, it was supposed to start November 2022 to November 2025, but November 2025, every bank, every institution needs to be on these new standards because that is the standard of the world, okay?
And really work very closely to plan for the end of coexistence. So working in lockstep with what Swift has communicated to the broader industry from a global community for the end of November 2025, for the end of the coexistence. That really will be a large focus for us over the coming years, looking to plan for the enhancements and changes that come along with that and support the industry throughout that period.
So what?
All right, so that was a great clip. I'm gonna follow up with another one here.
Or any time critical, typically high value payments in Canada. So whether that's obviously major mergers and acquisitions, or something like parents providing money to their children for a down payment on a house, Links is really there to support their needs for finality and immediate payment settlement.
Immediate payment settlement, guys. They're talking about, you know what? They're talking about the money going from one place to another and settling instantly, right? 3 to 5 seconds. There's only so many blockchains we know that can do these types of things, right? This is firing me up really big. Let's just keep playing this, and I'm going to show you some other connections after this video that'll really take it home for you. I can't wait to show you this.
And really pleased that following the implementation of release 1 in August of 2021, it's been working exceptionally well. It is, as we say, the high value system. So over the first year, it settled $115 trillion and 12 million payments. So on a daily average, that's about 50,000 payment transactions a day and about $460 billion a day. So obviously spent a lot of time defining that strategy and the process for implementing the 2 releases. That's worked exceptionally well. And obviously very proud coming out from release 2. Obviously from a Canadian perspective, it's critical in terms of developing and enabling the ISO 20022 message set, not only for Canada, but obviously from a global community perspective, working in lockstep with Swift on the cross-border space to ensure that the Canadian community maintains that level of interoperability with other jurisdictions obviously, that are moving forward or have moved forward with the implementation of ISO 20022.
But I will thank you next video on YouTube, and I also have Patreon. So if you want access to private videos, access to me DMs, and also access to all some sensei chats, depending on what kind of value you want, how many sensei chats you want a week. But this is just the start of one sensei chat, and you're not going to see what any of this is, and this is all fire information too. But let me just bring you through this, right? So here's Payments Canada, modernizing Payments Canada, the vision for the payments ecosystem. This was 2016, guys. So you got to understand, when they were building this, XDC wasn't around. Okay, so you can really maybe push that aside and said, hey, they're not testing XDC here because it really wasn't a blockchain at that point. So the only two real possibilities that they could be working with here with settlement would be XRP or XLM. Also, too, when you do look at here, it says settlement here, it says Payments Canada ensures financial transactions in Canada settle safely, securely each day. Payments Canada underpins the Canadian financial system and economy by owning and operating Canada's payment, clearing, and settlement infrastructure, including associated systems by law rules, the standards, the value of payments, blah, blah, blah. In 2015, 150 trillion. Just basically financial institutions, government organizations, consumers. This is where the money's coming from. And there's a lot of really cool information here, but this is back from 2016, guys, right? So this is a little bit older information, but it does talk about settlement. It doesn't mention our favorite words and favorite cryptos, but it's totally fine. But if we keep digging, we find this thing from Ripple Labs. Ripple is an innovative solution in ways to pay. And this is from June 2015. And this is a great document as well, too. You can actually Google, hit Ripple files, but this is Canadian comment letter, right? This is from Canada. Okay, and so they're going over all this stuff, opportunities to improve payment systems in the modern infrastructure, right? They talk about evolution of the payments networks, right? Electronic transfers, cross-border real time. They even go into the Ripple stack and how it's able to services, instruments, processing, settlement, how it all works. Overview of the Ripple's technology, right? So there's so much information in this thing, right? And this is how you should see this, right? There's a huge source of XRP liquidity here, and then you have Brazil, Euro, and the Mexican peso, the British pound, just different things all around, and XRP liquidity in the middle, and basically you switching in and out of whatever you need to. But there's a lot of really cool information in these documents that I dug up here. I'm going to be going over them in my Sensei chat with my community on Friday, and it's just really exciting. And you do see Ripple here, and this is a letter from Canada too. So if you want to take a look at this yourself, here's the thing, you can freeze frame and do it. But check this out: Canadian Payments Modernization 2022 Volante. Canadian Payments Roadmap aims to modernize all Canadian payments. Modernization is in full swing. Lynx is the next generation of high-value wire payments processing, replacing LVTS and ACS. Proportionally, USBE will be replaced by SOE in the years to come, and transform batch payments. RTR will introduce real-time rails, RTR, with these changes in ISO, right? So they're connected with Volante, and we know Volante is connected with FedNow, and FedNow with Ripple, right? We also seen this. Ripple's technology is to be used by Canada's top bank for cross-border payment details. Crypto Law co-founder John Deaton shares the news that Ripple's blockchain technology is now being used by Canada's top bank, CIBC, for cross-border payments. Ripple's partner, NAB, I can't remember what this stands for. I do apologize, but I'm not even gonna try it. They are working with a bunch of banks inside of Canada. And if you don't know what Volante is, guys, this is just a quick intro.
For a way to run a more competitive payments business, providing your clients with the same old domestic and cross-border payments won't be enough. You'll need to provide new services and onboard your customers much faster than you're doing today. Current payment systems are struggling to keep up. They're old, slow, and very expensive to maintain. Updating your existing systems may sound like the right thing to do, but we've got a better way. That way is Volante's Payments as a Service in the cloud. It's an integrated, secure, and compliant service that processes all types of payments, end-to-end, from corporate initiation and onboarding to clearing and settlement network connectivity. With Volante, you only pay for what you use. With no large upfront expenditures, your total cost of ownership could go down by 40% or more. It's also extensible and future-proofed. You'll be able to speed up customer onboarding and release new products and services faster than ever. Our active architecture lets you run 3 separate instances in the cloud, thousands of miles apart, giving you zero downtime and outstanding resiliency. You'll never miss, delay, or duplicate payments. And that's not all. Our payment solutions are secure, compliant, and future-proof, providing you with the technology you need to deliver results well into the future. So why Volante? Because we know what we're doing. We process the first ever U.S. real-time payment and the first SEPA instant payment in the cloud. We're also a trusted partner to 4 out of the world's top 5 corporate banks. Our customers depend on us to process millions of payments every hour and trillions of dollars every day. Best of all, we can get you on board in 60 days or less.
They can onboard you. The reason they can do that, guys, is they can use APIs through Ripple. And Ripple can onboard banks in 30 to 60 days. And that is why things can happen so quickly now. It used to take months or a year to onboard a bank into a new payment system. Now they can do it in just weeks or months.
Faster than any of our competitors. So why wait? Partner.
And if you haven't seen it, so partner with Vontae. So if you haven't seen VolPay plus Ripple, you can see here, guys, that it uses Swift GPI. The VolPay system can use Swift GPI, Ripple, Visa B2B, Visa Direct, and more. Understand that Ripple is the blockchain technology solution here. Okay, so if Lynx is using Ripple's technology and they start using on-demand liquidity to move that money, man, I'm hoping we get FedNow, FedWire, Nacha, Canada, SAMA, which is Saudi Arabia Monetary Authority, Japan, Australia. Guys, there's so much stuff here. It's just an exciting time. I thought I'd share this with you. If you want to get more information, if you want to get access to videos that I don't put live and to the public, please think about supporting me and my team. I put a lot of time in this and they put a lot of time in editing the videos, and it would really help us grow, and it would really help your knowledge to grow as an individual. We all started crypto at different phases. I was new years ago, but now I consider myself to be well educated in the market and understand what's happening here. So please become a super subscriber if you want, or join the Patreon if you want more access to more information. Or we also have our Discord community where we provide stuff about stocks, crypto. We provide information about degen plays if you're interested in that as well. And someone called Pepe, I don't know, a while ago, and a bunch of people made a bunch of money, but we're not financial advisors. We just provide information on crypto. It's always your decision on what you want to do with your life. But if you are not paying attention right now about all of this new technology that's rolling out, you are going to regret this for the rest of your life, guys. This is so important. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.